in aviation industry, you just have to adapt.
You know that thing you guys say at the end of the flight?
Karibuni uwanja wa kimataifa wa Jomo Kenyatta Nairobi, mabibi na mabwana, hapa ndipo tumefika mwisho wa safari yetu. My name is Asha Mohammed. I'm a retiree. I used to be a flight passer in Kenya Airways.
What did you want as a little girl?
Funny enough, I used to say I want to be an air hostess. Those days if you get a job, unaishikilia kweli. You know, this is something that you won't like it to sleep. Traveling has really changed me because of the exposure. My favorite destination was Dubai, and then my son is also in Dubai. Now this few years before retiring, I really wanted to be together with him. My name is Asha Mohammed. I'm a retiree. I used to be a flight passer in Kenya Airways. I retired last year. 26th was my last day in Kenya Airways. And now I'm just at home enjoying myself, looking after my 2-3 chickens, my small goat, shamba kadogo hivi. Yeah, I'm enjoying my life.
How many years were you at KQ?
Well, I joined Kenya Airways in 1988, 1st of February. And that is about 37 years and almost 11 months.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
How did you do something for 37 years?
Well, just like that, imagine. It's just all about the passion you have for the job. And, you know, our days, we were from school direct to work. So it's not like you people, you have a CV like this. Yeah. What was squeezed, unajua the CV is this big.
Yeah.
But for us, those days if you get a job, unaishikilia kweli. You know, this is something that you won't like it to sleep. Because getting a job was not easy. It was not easy. It was like, who do you know?
1988?
Yes. Was I supposed to say that?
But I thought it was easier to get a job in 1988.
Hey. Now it is very easy to get a job. Because even in Kenya, you just come for an interview. As long as you have the qualifications, passing the interview, and you get a job. But those days, it was very hard.
Who did you know at KQ in 1988?
I didn't know anybody. Imagine it's just God.
You knew
I didn't know anybody. It was just God. Yeah. Because I came for the interview, we did the interview, and people were selected, and you were told go home. You didn't qualify. And then that is my story how I got to KQ.
What did you want as a little girl?
Funny enough, you know those stories that what do you want to become when you know those days. I used to say I want to be an air hostess. And what made me say this, we had a very good friend of my mom. She used to call me Nyeka. She used to call me Nyeka. Nyeka is co-wife. She used to come to, you know, those days of plating ile kusuka Kiswahili si. So ile as a man, you know, every weekend you bring your kids to make their hair, now ready for Monday for school. So she used to be a stewardess before she got married. And she had a portrait of herself with that old East African uniform. You know, it was very beautiful with kind of chui, you know, leopards. It was very beautiful. So I used to admire that. And imagine from that, I developed some interest in flying. And when you used to be asked in class, what did you like to be when you grow up? I used to say, I want to be an air. I didn't even know what an air hostess entails or what it meant. Or I just used to say, I want to be an air hostess. And I became one.
37 years.
37 years.
You're called Mohammed, but you don't wear a hijab. Do you practice Islam?
I'm a Muslim and a very staunch Muslim. Yes. I pray, I practice Islam. It's only, I don't wear hijab only when I'm on duty because it's not allowed in Kenya Airways.
Do you feel naked now?
Yes, I feel naked. I feel uncomfortable. But only, let's leave that to God because I normally talk to my God. So I hope he'll forgive me.
So what, in 37 years, a long time. I'm sure you have very many highlights of your career. Which ones come to mind?
Well, it's a wide thing. I can't say this or that, but flying has been fun. And it's just like any other life where you have ups and downs. Today is a good day, tomorrow is a bad day. Today you have good passengers, today you have to deal with issues, you have to solve problems, you are under pressure. So it's just like a normal life, what you do every day.
But there are periods that you're bored.
During flying?
Because you're flying 37 years is a long time.
Ah, you mean bored?
Yeah, boredom.
Bored? Okay. I can't call it bored or boredom. Well, you can just be down a bit. Maybe because you have a situation, dealing with a situation, you're under pressure. And somehow we overcome those things. And life continues.
How has KQ changed in 37 years?
Okay, KQ has really changed. From those days, 1988, that time we were under the government. And we had propellers aircrafts, the Fokker 27s. We had the oldest aircraft, Boeing 720, and the 707. And we had the DC-9. Those were the only aircrafts. Fokker 27, DC-9, Boeing 707, and Boeing 720. Then, after that, then came the Airbus. First of all, we did the charters, KLM charters, DC-10. They brought the DC-8. Then now we started getting modern aircrafts. The Airbus, Fokker 50. When we saw Fokker 50, that time I was a young girl. I was just a very junior crew. We saw trolleys. We were like, what? This is it. This is good life. Because the Fokker 27, we didn't have trolleys. The Boeing 707 and 720, we didn't have trolleys. Even the DC-9. We used to do everything. We carry, if it's food, we carry food in an insert. Insert is like a drawer. It's a drawer, metallic, and then you put food there and it's hot. Then you put it here. Now I ask you, chicken, like it's up to here. Now you serve like that. And then we used to have air ladders where we put trays. So after takeoff, now you're ready to start the service. You remove all the trays, put them here. Unapanga trays up to here. You can't even see. Now, sometimes you could just do like this for passengers to take the tray. So from that, should I say it's not digital, to now trolleys. It was a very good improvement. From serving using your hands and hot food, you carry hot food with your hand. And then now we had trolleys. Trolleys, it's a bit modern. You just roll, stop, break, stop, serve. And then you don't get burnt. All the drinks are there. The food is there. So technology. Well, then from there we got the 757 from the Airbus. Now came the Dreamliners, the Boeings, 737s, and the Dreamliners.
I want us to dwell a little more on the changes that you've seen in aviation. So you've mentioned the older aircrafts? Were they, for instance, were they louder than these current aircrafts?
The propellers, key to propellers. So it's very loud, very noisy. Yeah. You can't compare the propellers and what we have now, modern machines. Yeah.
So that it's more comfortable now.
It is more comfortable. The seating also is good. It is also crew friendly. The working area, even for the passengers, is comfortable. We have like the long flights. We have sleeper beds where you can rest. Those aircrafts, we could not go direct. Like to London, we used to go via somewhere so that you can get to London. It could not do a long haul. Long haul, it's like a long flight for many hours. We could do Nairobi, Rome, then Rome, London. We could not do direct Nairobi, London because of the type of aircraft.
Were people smoking those days in place?
Yes, it was bad. Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad. Smoking was the last seats. The economy seats, last seat. So whoever wants, and that is where we are sitting. Crew, we eat our food there and everything. So it was just full of smoke. Thank God smoking was prohibited.
Are people drinking less in planes during flights than before or more?
Okay, maybe I can explain something about drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We control drinking because it's not a bar. So, yeah, we can't just give you atileta, kunyu apana, or we control. You get 1, 2, if you see we are getting high, we approach you and we tell you, sir, I think now you should have some soft drink like water, orange juice. Some people, they say, no, it's okay, just leave it, and they sleep. But it's not good I wouldn't like to see my passenger coming out, vomiting or you are not in control of yourself. So we normally control drinking. Because if we allow people to just drink the way they want, then it will be chaotic. Yeah.
Type of uniform? You've seen, how many uniforms have you seen?
I wore the kitenge, I wore the blue uniform, the blue skirt, and the blouse was printed, KQ, but the old KQ logo, not this one. And we had a white scarf and a KQ here. We used to tie it in a way that KQ is visible. You can see the KQ. And then from there, now we started now improving to the safari suit. Safari suit was for regional and local flights because of heat. And then we had the red uniform, now for international flights. And we had 2 blouses, green or red. You can choose either, whatever you want. Then from there, we got now some other uniform from South Africa, just the beige one and the red, but different. And red, we maintained red until now. You see, I'm also in red. So red, we maintained the red one, but the safari one was cancelled. And we used to have kitenge, and to portray Africanism. We used to wear kitenge, but the kitenge was so tight, you could not walk fast.
Which is your favorite?
I liked the kitenge, though, because it was kind of, making you look nice. You portraying the African figure. Yeah. The kitenge was nice. And also the safari suit, it was more comfortable. And we had brown hat with the chewy kind of ribbon. Chewy, that leopard. Yeah. And then the other one had also a red hat but it was green, either green or red band. Yeah. But the safari suit was very nice, and the kitenge. Yeah.
Because your uniform has been predominantly red for a while, do you have red outfits in your closet?
Yeah, I just have only one red dress, but I don't like red. Red is not my color. But KQ, when we are many in red, we look very nice.
Safety numbers.
Yeah, we look nice in red.
You must have been to many, many countries.
I have, and thanks for KQ for giving me this exposure, because those early days, flying was fun. It was really fun because we used to go to places like Copenhagen. We stay for 5 days. Fiumicino. Nowadays we don't go there because of the partnering with the Sky teams. So we give them that business. But those early days, we had fun. Flying was fun. We could go to Switzerland, so we stay for 5 days. Sometimes you're forgotten there. You can stay like for 14 days. And every day you get allowance. So you're okay. You have money, you have food. And you are young that time. So we were just enjoying life. Traveling has really changed me because of the exposure that I've seen. The traveling has given me. I can cope with any type of problems. I know how to handle issues. I know how to deal with things, to deal with Africans, with Indians, with Nigerians. You adjust yourself. Indians, they like this. I'm in India today. I'm in Rome today. It's like this. So you have that situation awareness. Yeah, of everything, everywhere you go. My favorite destination was Dubai. I used to like Dubai very much because the shopping was cheap and the currency doesn't change. The dollar has just been 3.6 all through the years. Till today, it's 3.6. So, and they have beautiful things. The country is beautiful. And then my son is also in Dubai, so my adopted son, not my real son, but ni mtoto wangu nimemlea. So now this few years before retiring, I really wanted to be together with him. So I also used to request Dubai flight. Yeah.
What are the perks of working for KQ for all these years? 36 years. 37 years.
37 years.
Yeah. What are they sending you home with?
That is my secret.
No, not money. But is there anything else like, I don't know, free flights, unlimited?
Oh, that is just the benefits. You're talking of the benefits?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are just the entitlement to. I think every staff is entitled to that. So you continue enjoying the rebates and everything, just like the way you are working. Yeah. You get your 2 free tickets and then unlimited percentage, either 50%, 10%, 90%, whichever.
Which country would you like to see now?
I would like to go where I've not gone. Some place like Australia, New Zealand, to see, those you see in the movies, Eskimos, I would love to see that. Yeah, but these other places, I think I've gone like almost everywhere. Where KQ has gone, I have gone. Yeah.
How do you intend to fill your time in retirement?
Right now, I cannot say anything, but I retired just last month. So I'm still collecting myself. I do my 1, 2, 3 things here and there. Then after that, maybe something will come up and I'll do. Yeah. But I have some 2 small chickens there. I'm looking after my chickens, my goat, my kashamba. So yeah, maybe later on, you have to settle first and then something will come up.
Describe your last flight.
My last flight was very emotional. Actually, they had planned something for me and I was not aware. So it was just a normal flight to New York. We did the first service, the second service. Now the last service is breakfast. We did breakfast service. And then after breakfast, and I was kind of telling my SFA is my assistant in the aircraft. Why are you planning? This is a lot of time to do breakfast. But I didn't know she had something behind. She had an agenda. I didn't know. So anyway, I said, anyway, let's do it. Then at least even you people will have time to eat breakfast and do your duties, closing the bars and all that. So after breakfast, we had like an hour 15. Then I had my SFA on the PA. The PA is the public address. First of all, she said, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special announcement. And today," then it caught my attention. Like, what is she saying? Is the last flight for our flight person, Asha Mohammed. Then I was like, what? I did it. I was celebrating in the galley. Then she had a message from the manager, Jason Mose. She read it was very emotional, that message. I cried a bit. And then there was also a cake, and I was not aware. It was in the rear galley, the aft, uko nyuma. And me, I work in front. I didn't see the cake being loaded. I was not aware. They just kept it a secret. The entire set of crew, everybody knew, even the cockpit crew, they all knew. And Jason called me, and he told me that there's somebody coming on the flight, and he's a journalist. And he pleaded with me, please give him some time, at least to talk to you. I mean, it's okay. This was all their plan. I didn't know what they had planned. So when Sheila, who was my SFA, so when she was reading the message, then that guy came now, the journalist. And it all went well, but a bit emotional. Of course, when people give you a surprise, and then they brought the cake, the passengers joined in, they were clapping. I had to go and wave back to the passengers, saying thank you. We went to the cockpit as well, and everybody ate the cake. We gave it to the passengers as well, and the cockpit crew, a bit of it was left, and then we took it to the hotel with to have it with the other crew in the hotel. The video was, when I saw the video, it was very emotional. And I said to myself, well, I felt really appreciated. Yeah. And in the hotel, there was something arranged for me as well. I got a presidential, I don't know what to call it, a presidential suite or what, a very nice room, a different room, very nice, comfortable. And like a small token with champagne, but I don't drink. So I gave the champagne to the crew and some few presents inside. That evening, because we are leaving the following day now to Nairobi, that evening also we had dinner with the crew. It was in the house as well. They arranged everything. Now they were like, actually from Nairobi, Sheila called me and she told me, Asha, this is your last flight. And I said, yes. Do you have carry a very nice dress with you because we want to take photos? You can be, I had two homes. I had transit home because of pickups, drops, going to work, and now where I'm staying, my retirement home. Then I told Sheila, Sheila, mi sina nguo. Unajua niko huku na naenda job na sina nguo. Ile niko na nguo moja hapa nilienda nayo ka function, wacha nitabeba tu wako. Si mngeniambia mapema ni bebe. Akaniambia, you just carry that one. But they had their own plans. The dress was for now dinner in New York. I didn't know. So na surprise. So we went for dinner. We enjoyed. I really had fun with my colleagues, my crew. But my manager did also a very nice dinner for me, and they gave me a portrait of myself. It was very emotional. They did the dinner in Panari. So as into arrival, there was nobody. I think it's accepted because it was Christmas Day, and I understand people had to go home to catch up with their families and slaughter goats. Christmas is the time people get together and have fun with their families. So it was okay. Yeah.
What will you miss?
I miss everything. I miss everything. I miss my colleagues. You know, flying is, we are like a family. We are there for each other. We take care of each other's back. So I really miss that bit. So I've moved on and I'm happy in my this other life. I'm happy and I'm enjoying myself. I have also put on a few weight, but I think flying was controlling me. Tusizeeke haraka. So otherwise, I miss my colleagues. I don't miss flying that much because I think I've flown for just too long. But once in a while, why not? You know, flying keeps you on toes. So now that I'm a boss of my own, I do things when I want. If I don't want, it's okay. Nobody's going to question me or follow me up or ask me anything. Nobody is supervising me. But I think it is good because I'm used to be, under pressure. Before a flight takes off, before you close that door, you go through a lot before closing the door. And there is on-time performance. It has to be on time. If you delay, you have to say why you have delayed. Yeah. So that pressure and the work on board as well. We have challenges on board as well. We have sickness on board. We have issues. Maybe somebody ordered for something, it was not brought. So you have to deal with all those things. I think that bit was keeping me, also keeping your brain alive. There's something, this challenge, you're going to solve it, and you call it a flight. And you go happy and the passenger goes home happy. So that bit I'm missing because nobody is now controlling me. I'm doing my own things the way I want. I can sleep, but I don't sleep mpaka saa tatu, apana. If I want to sleep, I can sleep. If I want to wake up, I can wake up. If whatever I'm doing, if I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't want, I'll leave it. You get it? There's that freedom. Yeah, but that other life is also good for you to be active. Yeah.
All those years flying, did you ever think of quitting once?
Like I told you, when we are old school, you get a job like this, unaishikilia. Yes, you don't even think of, okay, let me put it this way. Like, somebody who doesn't shikilia, you want to quit. It's because you have an alternative. Maybe you have 2 degrees, you have 4 degrees, you have something else to do. But for us, it was straight from school to work. And straight from school to work. So as time went on, now computerized, now the modern things, so we were trying to fit in. So you have to go and learn computer, how to, the internet, you learn those things slowly. But honestly, but maybe also I could not continue, maybe because of funds or such things, But our life that time was very simple. It's not like now. You could survive. You see, even people could have like 10 children, 10, 5, 6. You just give birth because there's provision, food is there. But now you try that. Life is hard. You can't do that. So thinking of quitting, I have never thought of quitting. In fact, during retrenchment, you are like, "Why, God help me. God help me. I don't get retrenched." Yeah, but all was well.
So you've never written a CV in your life?
I have internal, as I've done some few courses, internal courses and auditing, so many things. In KQ, you can really grow. because there's e-learning. It depends on you now. If you want to read, you can read. If you want to become a professor while in KQ, you can become a professor. And now they have introduced the LinkedIn, and it is mandatory for some courses for you to do. So I have grown in KQ. Yeah.
So,
and you can still grow if you want to grow. And then if you want to take leave, also you can take study leave and continue the education. Yeah.
How did you notice your customers or clients changing over time? Flyers, these people who fly.
Changing how?
You know, in terms of behavior. The guy who used to fly in 1988 and...
Yeah.
Is that a market difference?
I think... let me say this. First of all, us, we are flexible to change, because in aviation industry, you definitely just have to adapt. Yeah. So as the world is changing, also those passengers are also changing. Yeah. And like those days, there was nothing like internet. Now we are in the world of internet and Wi-Fi and those things. We never had, we didn't have even screens. We didn't have movies. We didn't have anything. Boeing 707, 720, it was just an aircraft. You just fly. In fact, we used to do demonstrations manual. There was nothing like recorded at a video or something. But now you see, as the world is changing, also the passengers are changing. Technology as well. Digital. So even the passengers have changed. You see business people, they come with their laptops, with everything. We didn't have those things those days. You know, I remember we used to have, if you want to make a call, maybe a trunk call, you go through the operator, the operator connects you. It was just a long process. But now, I can even talk to you like this. You see my face, I see your face. Yeah, it's technology.
Change for the better?
Of course, very much.
Last question. Because your identity has been, a big part of it has been this. You know, you in a uniform flying. And of course, you're a mother and all these things. And now that this has been taken away, which other identity are you going to build on?
If you meet me, maybe in the streets, I'm at home, you might not be able to identify me because I'm dressed in a buibui and covered. So not unless I call you, hey, mbona. But outside KQ, I'm totally different because I dress in an Islamic way. So it's very easy for you to just pass. Yeah. Whatever I do, wherever I go, anything, any issues, any matters, even in the offices, that's how I dress. Even when I'm not on duty, maybe I have something to do in Kenya Airways headquarters, I dress like that. Yeah. So this red is just when I'm working. Yeah.
You know that thing you guys say at the end of the flight?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jomo Kenyatta, Nairobi. This is where we come to the end of our service, KQ003 from New York. For your own safety and comfort, please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the doors have been opened. Before leaving the cabin, make sure you're taking all your hand luggage with you and be careful when opening the bins because baggage could have moved and could easily fall out. Our customer services meeting this aircraft will be pleased to help with any further information that you may require. And on behalf of Kenya Airways SkyTeam partners, Captain Paul and the entire team on board, we thank you all for choosing to fly with us and hope to fly with you again. Thank you and goodbye.
Nice. Swahili.
Karibuni uwanja wa kimataifa wa Jomo Kenyatta Nairobi. Mabibi na mabwana, hapa ndipo tumefika mwisho wa safari yetu kutoka New York. Ni matumaini yetu kwa mmefurahia safari yenu pamoja nasi na kwa tutapata nafasi nyingine ya kusafiri nanyi tena siku za usoni. Kwa usalama wenu naomba mtulie kwenye viti hadi ndege itakaposimama kabisa na milango kufunguliwa. Kabla ya kushuka, hakikisha kwamba umechukua mizigo yako yote ya mkononi na kuwa mwangalifu wakati unapofungua visanduku vya kuhifadhia mizigo, kwani mizigo inaweza kuanguka na kukujeruhi wewe ama mwenzako. Kwa niaba ya Kenya Airways, washiriki wa SkyTeam, rubani Paul na sisi wanahewa wenzake, tuwashukuru nyote kuamua kusafiri nasi na tuwatakia makao mema hapa Nairobi. Asanteni na kwaherini.
Nice.
Nimeshorten kidogo.
So it's like second nature, yeah?
I think that one is there to stay in my mind. Forever it will be there because I've done it for so many years. Yeah, so sometimes, we travel passenger. We travel in home. Maybe we do our own things. When I say we travel passenger, we are not working. So most of the times, the crew allocate us the window exits, the emergency exits. There are some emergency exits where crew don't sit there. Because of the knowledge that we have, and we've been crew before, we are aware of the situation, and if anything happens, we can handle it very easily. Yeah. So most of the times, the emergency exit is given to either crew or army personnel. Those people who can really handle the situation in case of anything, in case of an emergency.
What's been your biggest turbulence and how did you overcome it?
My biggest turbulence was maybe during COVID. I should say something about during COVID. I was quarantined for 21 days and it was not easy. It was not easy. In fact, what came across my mind, I thought of, those people in jail. They can't see outside. You are confined in one area. You can't even talk to your colleague. Yeah, that was very challenging. And your family, then you hear your colleagues, very sad news. Some people passed on just because of COVID. It was horrific. That was the worst time ever in my aviation experience. It was not good. Yeah. And now we don't even think of it. Tumesahau. So things come and go. Deal with things the way they come. Don't stress yourself. Yeah, the rest, just do what you can. What you can't do.
Well, good luck.
Asante.
Wish you good health.
Asante.
A lot of blessings. And
Thank you.
Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you very
much. And your
much.
goats and the few chicken.
Thank you. My few goats and chickens. Yes. But they keep me busy.
As they should.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Nashukuru.